We are third hole, tough par 3, water all the way down the left and bunker. So definitely the play is going to be to keep this thing right. There's a couple little tricks here that I want to kind of let people know about before we even get into the swing or anything like that. And that's how you manage where you set up on the tee box. So what you can notice here is I'm all the way onto the left side of the tee box, which means I want to kind of eliminate looking at the left side of the hole. If I'm able to set up here with my back to the trouble, most of my focus is going to be kind of the right edge of the green. Whereas if I was on the right edge of the tee box here, my line of sight would be much more towards the trouble. So we're going to set up left side of the box, and we also have a little intermediate target right in front of us here. It's a little bit of a flower petal here, and what that is, that's set up right center of the green. So what we do is we have a nice line right center of the green, and we're not even going to think about what's left of the green because all we're focusing on is our target there. So let's set up to the ball here. Let's really visualize the ball going over that little flower petal. That's our aiming point. Don't even think about what's left of this hole. All we're looking at is that little flower petal and executing.
Gonna hit a shot.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. Ball started right over it, fell just a touch to the right, and we got a green in regulation on the right side of the green. Excellent. Put a little simulated hole out there. It's a putting disc that is going to represent kind of our aim point. And all I'm going to think about here is I'm going to think about hitting a straight putt to our aim point, which is the disc, and it is going to take into account all the slope in the putt. All I'm doing is hitting a straight putt to that, and hopefully the ball will wind up at our target. So I find our aim point in the distance. I'm just going to hit a nice straight putt to it. Okay, now we switched up our angle a little bit longer putt, maybe a little bit less break. Let's hit to our imaginary spot and then see if we need to make any adjustments.
I take that.
Okay, so here we are. We've just hit hybrid off the tee instead of driver, and I think we can see it put us in a much better spot. We have a perfectly flat lie here in the fairway, about 90 yards from the hole, a comfortable distance for her. And you can see if we had hit driver, there's a waste bunker here. You know, maybe we could have been just short of it, but I think that leaves us that awkward wedge shot. So real good tip for course management. Think about where you want your second shot, what kind of a distance you want in for that one. Don't automatically grab the driver, even if you're hitting it well, because sometimes taking a little bit off of it will leave you in a better spot and will put a higher percentage for birdies in the bag. So think about what club to hit off the tee. This is a great example of a little bit less can be more. Okay, here we go. Okay, now we are on the other side of the hole, and I'm going to have Brisa walk us through her visualization and where she thinks the ball is going to go in the hole. So here we have the opposite side of the hole. Obviously left to right putt, we're going to have to play some break. Where do you think this ball is going to enter in the hole?
I'm thinking with this much break, it's probably going to go in right around here.
Okay, now let's put 2 tees in. Perfect. Looking up here to the 6th green on the north course, and what I want to talk about here is more so on the course management side of things, and just something that all of us as golfers can do to take advantage of the time that we have approaching the green. Now, what I want to stress here is before you even get on the green is when your green reading should start. So as we approach this green here, we're walking up the hill, and all I want you to do is sort of take in all the contours of what's around us here. Take a look at where the high points of the golf course are, where the low points. You know, I always like to say, let's imagine if we dropped a big bucket of water onto this green, how is the water going to drain? And I think that's a great indication as to the way that the golf ball will break once we get up there on the green. So always, as you're approaching a green, soak it all in. Take in as much information as you can, slopes, contours, low points, high points, anything that will help you once you get on the